A clash of titans ready to redefine boxing history. The boxing world is buzzing with anticipation as Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol prepare to step back into the ring on February 22 in Riyadh for one of the most electrifying rematches in recent memory. This isn't just a fight, it's a collision of contrasting styles, sheer power, and unrelenting determination. Beterbiev, the undefeated light heavyweight champion known for his brutal knockout power, has vowed to leave no room for doubt this time. He's bringing relentless pressure, ready to force Bivol into a battle he can't escape. Meanwhile, Bivol, known for his technical brilliance and precision, faces the ultimate test. Can he survive Beterbiev's onslaught and outbox the champion to rewrite the narrative? With high stakes and a world title on the line, this rematch is poised to captivate fans and make history. The fight that could define their legacies. February 22 isn't just another date on the boxing calendar, it's a night that could forever alter the legacies of both Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Beterbiev, still seething from criticism of his first fight with Bivol, has promised a more aggressive, no-respect approach this time. He's hungry to prove that his power and dominance are unmatched, even against a technically gifted opponent. On the other side, Bivol is determined to shake off the doubts from their last encounter and show the world that he has what it takes to stand toe-to-toe with one of the sport's most feared punchers. Will Beterbiev's raw strength prevail, or can Bivol's intelligence and strategy outlast the storm? Fans around the globe are holding their breath for what promises to be an unforgettable showdown. Artur Beterbiev is gearing up for a major showdown in his rematch with Dmitry Bivol, set to take place on February 22 in Riyadh. The undisputed light heavyweight champion is determined to correct the mistakes he made during their first fight, where he believes he gave Bivol too much room to operate in the early rounds. Reflecting on that bout, Beterbiev admitted that he strayed from his usual aggressive style, which allowed Bivol to control the fight for the first 5 rounds. However, as the fight wore on, Beterbiev's relentless power took its toll on Bivol, even when his punches were blocked. "Blocking doesn't work when someone punches as hard as me," Beterbiev said, emphasizing the damage he inflicted despite Bivol's defensive efforts. This time, he's planning to bring unrelenting pressure from the opening bell, forcing Bivol to either engage or retreat. A new strategy for a familiar opponent. Beterbiev is approaching the rematch with a fresh perspective and an improved game plan. "The opponent is the same, but it's a new fight, and I need to prepare differently," he explained. In their first meeting, Beterbiev allowed Bivol to win the early rounds uncontested by not staying true to his signature fighting style. Instead of applying his usual non-stop pressure, he held back, which he now acknowledges as a critical error. This time, Beterbiev and his team are working on specific adjustments to ensure that he dominates from start to finish. Despite winning the previous fight by a 12-round majority decision, Beterbiev isn't satisfied with just scraping by. He wants to deliver a definitive performance that leaves no room for doubt about his supremacy in the ring. Bivol's fans dispute the outcome. The result of their first fight sparked significant controversy, particularly among Bivol's fans and his promoter, Eddie Hearn. Many argued that Bivol's success in the early rounds should have been enough to secure him the victory. However, Beterbiev's supporters point out that Bivol faded significantly in the latter half of the fight, spending more time avoiding exchanges than actively fighting. Beterbiev addressed the criticism, saying, "People make snap judgments based on what happens early and ignore the rest." For him, the key takeaway is that Bivol's inability to maintain his performance throughout the fight proved decisive. He believes Bivol's failure to stand and trade punches ultimately cost him the win and showed a lack of willingness to go toe-to-toe with a more powerful opponent. The pressure is on for both fighters. As the rematch approaches, the stakes couldn't be higher for both Beterbiev and Bivol. Beterbiev is focused on showcasing his improvements and proving that his victory in the first fight wasn't a matter of chance. He has downplayed criticism about not securing a knockout in their initial encounter, saying, "I don't care about that." Instead, his priority is delivering a commanding performance that silences any doubters. On the other hand, Bivol faces the challenge of adapting to Beterbiev's power and relentless pressure. He'll need to find a way to sustain his performance for the full 12 rounds if he hopes to emerge victorious. With both fighters bringing their best to the table, the February 22 ND clash promises to be a thrilling and highly competitive battle, one that will determine the true king of the light heavyweight division. Beterbiev's relentless power remains a game-changer. Artur Beterbiev's success in the first fight stemmed largely from his ability to break down Bivol with his heavy hands. Even when Bivol managed to block some of the punches, the sheer force of Beterbiev's strikes caused visible damage, proving that his power is an unmatched weapon in the division. The impact went right through his gloves, Beterbiev remarked, highlighting the physical toll he imposed on Bivol despite his defensive stance. For the rematch, Beterbiev intends to amplify this advantage by pressing Bivol from the very start, ensuring there's no time or space for him to settle into a rhythm. This approach is designed to leave Bivol vulnerable and unable to rely solely on his boxing skills to survive. A mental battle as much as a physical one. Beterbiev's confidence heading into the rematch isn't just about his physical preparation, it's also about his mental fortitude. He believes that Bivol's cautious approach in the later rounds of their first fight wasn't just a strategic choice, but a sign of fear. Fear ruled his ability to fight back, Beterbiev stated bluntly. This psychological edge is something Beterbiev plans to exploit in the rematch, aiming to force Bivol into uncomfortable positions where he has no choice but to trade punches. By keeping the pressure high and never giving Bivol a moment to regroup, Beterbiev hopes to establish his dominance early and maintain it throughout the fight. Bivol's challenge: avoiding the same mistakes. For Dmitry Bivol, the rematch is an opportunity to redeem himself and prove that he can withstand Beterbiev's power while outboxing him. In the first fight, Bivol's ability to rack up points in the early rounds gave him a strong start, but his inability to sustain that momentum cost him dearly. Critics have noted that Bivol seemed to lose his composure as the fight progressed, retreating more often than engaging. If he wants to have a chance in the rematch, Bivol will need to find a way to neutralize Beterbiev's pressure and impose his own pace on the fight. This means not only surviving Beterbiev's attacks, but also making him pay for every move forward. A fight fans can't miss. With both fighters bringing unique strengths and contrasting styles to the ring, the rematch between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol has all the makings of a classic. Beterbiev's relentless pressure and crushing power will clash with Bivol's technical skills and strategic mindset, creating a high-stakes battle for light heavyweight supremacy. Fans are eagerly anticipating whether Beterbiev can deliver a more dominant performance this time around, or if Bivol can rise to the occasion and secure redemption. One thing is certain: February 22 ND promises to be an electrifying night of boxing that could redefine the legacy of both fighters. The final countdown, a showdown for the ages. As the rematch between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol inches closer, the stage is set for a battle that will not only define their